Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
He was a Southington boy, born and raised. He was a member of this community. He was committed to the citizens of Connecticut. I mean, we are so proud to stand alongside the Pelletier family.
Well, as you heard, he was raised in Southington. He died in Southington. And today is evidence that he is never going to be forgotten by the people of Southington. As of today, it's now been 1 year since State Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier was killed in the line of duty. Thank you for joining us here for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Tim Lammers.
And I'm Raven Bloom. Trooper Pelletier is survived by his wife Dominique and 2 sons. Tonight, the community came together to honor and remember him.
Yeah, Fox 61 Stephen Reels is live in Southington right now, where a vigil wrapped up just about an hour ago, a little more than that. Stephen, what was that vigil? What were the emotions like there?
Well, you can imagine there's a lot of raw hurt. That emotion still very present today. We got to talk to a couple of members of the state police who knew Pelletier, but his family asked that we give them space while they mourn during this anniversary, so we wanted to respect those wishes. But you can see right behind me, this is the highway where Pelletier lost his life. But if you can imagine, for a brief moment on Friday, this interstate completely silent. The roads were blocked off while a procession could be gone. And it could be done to remember the officer who lost his life. That same part of the highway now filled with lights and friends and family on the bridge right at Jude Lane. And ahead of the vigil tonight, Dominique, Pelletier's wife, said she was grateful for the support the community had shown her family over the past year. There's not been a day where Aaron Pelletier wasn't remembered, and they will miss him every day, and he will never be forgotten.
He had an infectious smile, and he was a friend to everybody that knew him. But more so than that, he cared about doing his job, and he cared about keeping the public safe.
And Tim, Raven, really this just is a subtle reminder of just how fragile and precious a human life can be. And so Dominique Pelletier, she wants everyone in Aaron's memory to just hug their loved one a little bit harder, a little bit closer tonight. Live in Southington, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
Thank you, Stephen. Trooper Aaron Pelletier grew up in Southington and was raising his family there when his life was tragically taken on I-84 in that same town. Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier was struck and killed near Exit 31 in Southington while conducting a traffic stop when a pickup truck driven by Alex Oyola Sanchez crossed into the shoulder, sideswiping Pelletier's cruiser and ultimately hitting and killing the father of 2. Oyola Sanchez drove off and was found 5 miles away in a wooded area. He was arrested and charged with several offenses, including evading responsibility for a crash causing death and a DUI. 1 year after he struck Trooper Pelletier, Oyola Sanchez was sentenced to 18 years in prison after pleading guilty to first-degree manslaughter as part of a plea agreement with the state. Trooper Pelletier served with the Connecticut State Police for 9 years. His death impacted the entire state and left a hole in the hearts of the Southington community, where his wife and 2 children still live. Our team coverage continues tonight with Fox 61's Alicia Hercules. She shows us how the town is keeping his memory alive.
It's been 1 year since Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier was killed in the line of duty. His community continues to honor him in any way they can. This week, the Southington Town Council voted unanimously to rename a softball field in his honor. The lower softball field at Panthorn Park will now be named Aaron M. Pelletier Field. Trooper Pelletier lived in Southington and went to Southington High School. He was a member of the Connecticut Lawmen traveling softball team. Carmen lives in Cheshire but comes to Panthorn Park with her children often. She says the tragedy feels like it just happened yesterday.
I have kids similar to his children's age, and it was really heart-wrenching to see or hear that they lost their dad, and I couldn't imagine my own children losing their father.
Pelletier also coached his young son's t-ball team. Alex Smith says the renaming of this field not only honors a fallen hero, but will keep his memory alive for generations to come.
I think it's good for children to see something like that and ask their parents, why is it named that? And then their parents can share a story with them as well.
Caitlin Smith lives in Southington. She says she hopes the renaming of this softball field will bring pride and peace to his family.
I just pray that you know, they're getting all of the support that they need in this difficult time. I mean, I know it's already been a year, which is crazy to think about, but you need that continuous support, and I think this is a great way to show that.
The community hopes the renaming of this field is a permanent reminder to everyone of the hero that Trooper Pelletier was. In Southington, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
It was a muggy but dry day, but that's changing soon.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a soaker overnight, so let's check in with meteorologist Deshaun Robinson for a look at that forecast.
Hey guys, yes, sorry, my bad. Hey guys, yes, we're in for a rainstorm tonight. The rain will begin around midnight and will continue into around 6, 7 o'clock. So here is the culprit. We have this wave of low pressure that is bringing some rain and severe weather for the mid-Atlantic region. This system brought some nasty thunderstorms today for the DC metro area. Right now it is mostly cloudy with some pop-up showers. Our rainfall chances will continue to increase over the next several hours. So rain will develop over the next few hours, and the rain will be heavy at times, especially between 2 and 4 a.m. Over the next few hours. By the time we get into Saturday, these showers will taper in the morning. Expect a mix of sun and clouds for the afternoon, maybe 1 or 2 showers, and Saturday will be a cool one with temperatures hitting the mid-60s. The winds will be gusty at times on Saturday, with those gusts approaching 30 miles per hour. Winds will be coming from the northwest as we head into the afternoon. 66 is our forecast high for your Saturday. Morning showers will give way to a mix of sun and clouds. Still cool on Sunday, and then our temperatures will warm up to the 70s as we head into next week. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Deshaun. Right now, state police are investigating a serious crash involving a car and bicycle. They say it happened around 4 this afternoon in Hampton on Providence Turnpike between State Route 97 and Old U.S. Route 6 East. Police say serious injuries were reported, but not how many people were hurt. They did say the road is still closed as they continue to investigate.
A former UConn star Paige Beckers is going to miss at least the next 2 games of her rookie WNBA season. That's because her team, the Dallas Wings, is keeping her out because of its concussion protocol. They didn't say what exactly happened to Beckers, how she got hurt or when, but she sure seemed fine in the Stars' last game, a loss to Chicago last night. She played all but 4 minutes of the game and scored 15 points. You may remember Beckers also scored 21 points on Tuesday against the Sun in her return to Connecticut.
We are the centerpiece of economic development. We are the centerpiece of workforce development. We are the centerpiece of real estate development. There's nothing that education doesn't touch.
As the state legislative session comes to a close, lawmakers are working to pass bills before time runs out.
And a big priority here is support for special education. Fox 61's Emma Wolfhorst is at the Capitol Complex with more.
The House passed this special education bill unanimously, but some advocates say it's just a start.
The bill as amended passes.
After hours of discussion, the House passed a priority special education package 148-0.
Every member in that chamber cares about special education and cares about the children in our districts. We all serve districts and we all know the issues in special education and hear them.
The bill is meant to expand support and access for special education. It includes an additional $30 million each year in 2026 and 2027 for a new special education expansion grant. This money will be divided between school districts based on the amount they currently receive through the state's education cost-sharing formula.
It would cover special education resources, staffing, and also tier 2 interventions for reading and math. So I think that is one of the most crucial things that we're making sure that supports are happening no matter what school district you're in.
The measure also increases regulation of private special education providers by setting rates. The state education department would limit how much providers can charge for services and prohibits them from raising rates during the school year. Representative Kahn says neighboring states like Massachusetts, New York, and New Jersey already set rates for private providers.
We've seen the increase in the asks that come in paying for excess costs, especially over the last 3 years. Trying to help mitigate some of that cost, making more transparency over that cost by establishing rate setting for special education providers is a big part of this bill.
While advocates like Connecticut Education Association President Kate Diaz say this bill is helpful, she believes it doesn't go far enough.
I would call it a good start. We're not quite there yet, but as with most bills, they're a starting point, not an ending point. And so for us, that's a really important acknowledgement.
Diaz says while she appreciates lawmakers recognizing the current struggles teachers face, that needs to be backed up by funding.
We have a moment of reckoning about what we want our public education system to look like, and we can't do it on the cheap. Education can't be a shoestring budget. We need to understand that schools are like everything else. Inflation, additional costs for transportation, energy, all of the things that impact every other organization, home, and business in Connecticut impact schools.
This bill is now in the hands of the Senate, and Representative Khan tells me she's confident it will be called for a vote and passed before June 4th. Reporting at the state capitol, Emma Wolforst, Fox 61.
Emma, thank you. Connecticut lawmakers passed a new bill this week that would guarantee minors the right to access contraceptive and pregnancy-related care without needing their parents' consent. That bill now just needs Governor Lamont's signature to become law, and if it gets it, the measure would also bar providers from sharing information with parents unless the teen gives permission first. This weekend on The Real Story, Gretchen Raffa from the group Planned Parenthood Votes Connecticut joined Emma Wolforst to break down what this legislation means and the impact it may have on the state.
I think Connecticut has long been a leader in recognizing young people's ability to make decisions that are best for themselves and their health.
And don't miss the full conversation on The Real Story with Emma Wolforst. It airs this Sunday at 10 a.m. on Fox 61. You can also watch it anytime on fox61.com and stream it for free on Fox 61 Plus.